Hi, my name is Robin Brees. I'm the Director of Marketing here at Highgarden and Easy Street Realty. And today I want to talk about social media and what to post. It's probably the biggest question that I get once you get started on getting your profile set up on both Facebook and Instagram, even YouTube. Now what? What do you post? And so we're going to go over strategy today that I believe truly wins in the long term. And it is a lot more personal for our clients and our sphere that are paying attention to our pages. And so we're going to get started here with the intro. And like most things, we're going to get started with goals. So what are your goals when posting on social media? And I think that's a good thing to have in mind before we just post anything. But what is the goal in that post, and what is the goal in our strategy with social media? And the three that come to mind for me is to be the expert, provide value, and maintain and create relationships. And so that last one's a huge one, but the other two really complement each other, and is when you really start to win the game of social media and being involved in our clients and being influential with whoever is looking at our posts. The first one is being the expert or the knowledge broker. And so I think this was a great idea by an agent here in Caldwell Banker. And she talked about, what she did over the summer, which is huge. I think a lot of times we think about, oh, we didn't do this or we didn't do that. But if we really sit down and think about all the wins that we've had within a season or a quarter or even a month and talk about what we did, we really become the knowledge expert, the broker that is really working for it and going out and getting the business. Nobody wants to work with someone who is kind of just doing it when they can or think about it. So really go out there and show what you're doing. And people are so interested in hearing about that and what our day-to-day looks like. So it doesn't have to be a monthly post or a seasonal post, but maybe a day-to-day, like what's going on in the life of you in your real estate career. And provide value. So many agents or salespeople in general, their posts are always call me, call me, call me, but they're not really providing value for the people that are looking at the post. And so that's a huge one. Just put something out there, the same things that you talk about in your listing presentations or your buyer's presentations, questions that you get all the time when you're talking to people about real estate. Those are questions you should be answering on social media. And each question is a post, or each question, for example, what is a CMA? That in particular, what is a CMA is a post. But then on top of that, you could talk about what goes into a CMA. When you hear someone say, what's my home worth? And we think, oh, we got to do a CMA. Well, what goes through our mind with creating the value for their home? We look at location, we look at comps in the neighborhood, the school district, is there amenities nearby? All of those are different posts. So talk about those and make sure that people are seeing your post and all the value that you're providing to them. And so it's not only valuable, but it's interesting to people. They love to hear about real estate and how things are affecting each other. And so the more you can provide value, the better. And create and maintain relationships. Tom Ferry does a great job with engaging anyone who posts on his or comments on his post. But really creating and maintaining relationships on social media is a great way to be personal. People are posting pictures about their babies and, different sports that their kids are in or their careers or, whatever it might be. And it's a great way for you to be involved and to be personal with them, but then also engage with them so that they know you're there for them whenever it comes time for them to either refer an agent or call an agent themselves. Okay, so now we're going to talk about different post ideas. And I kind of mentioned this earlier, but what are the most frequent questions you get, or what are you asked by your clients? And maybe that means that after a listing presentation, you sit down in your car and you take notes about what questions they asked. And over time, you'll get to see that there's a trend. Almost always they'll say, what do I have to do to get my home sold? Or what items should we do that to improve the home before we list? Or how long can I expect the home to be on the market? Or how long once it sells, when is closing? When do they get possession? All of those things are things that we can talk about on social media. So take notes during meetings with your clients and review the most frequently asked questions. And you don't have to go into detail on your post, although you can, but making it clear and simple for people to understand is the best way to go about it, in my opinion. Here are some more examples. How's the market? How long will it take to sell my house? You know, we talk about Zestimates, that's a big one. How long does it take to close on a home? What should I do to get my home ready? Can you help me with new construction? New construction's a big one. That's a whole big topic where you can have lots of little posts about that. How long does it take to build? What is a CMA? What are our first steps when buying or selling? And should I find a home before I sell mine? Do I have to have 20% to put down? Lots of people are still thinking they need 20% to put down, and they don't. Of course, every market's different, so know your market and know the loan types, and then be able to talk about that. And if you don't want to talk about the loan types, even better, have a lender come in with you on a video and talk about different loan types and what your buyers should know about. Here's a great example of providing value, 4 habits of successful home buyers, just another great post by Maureen. So it could be visual. I think especially on Instagram it needs to be visual, but Facebook as well. The more you have pictures or a video, the better, but then tie that to some valuable information along with the post. When you do this, you really become the familiar expert. Your sphere gains appreciation for you and what you do. You stay top of mind, which is incredible. That's such a key that I think is lost a lot of times because, a lot of times when you're posting, you don't know if people are seeing it or not. They're not always liking or commenting, but they do see it. And you'll be surprised, someone who you haven't seen since you were 5 years old or since you were in middle school will message you and say, hey, my daughter is thinking about moving. Can you help her? And that's how all this starts to snowball, and you start to gain referrals because you're staying top of mind. And you gain trust. When you show that you're confident in what you do and you're able to give expert advice on social media or anywhere, you become the trusted expert. People start to trust that you know what you're talking about, and that is so key when someone is looking for a realtor that they can trust. Okay, so talking about videos, in the last webinar we really talked about how important videos are, and for different platforms the length of time for the videos is really important. So Instagram and Facebook, short videos are key, and then YouTube, you want to do longer videos, and if you're really good, you could do a longer video for YouTube and then take little snippets of that longer video and create multiple posts for Instagram and Facebook. So you don't have to take the same video over and over. You can just trim down the portions that you want to post from your longer video and post those onto Instagram and Facebook. I'm going to go through these slides here. Film the 12-minute video for YouTube, so that I kind of got ahead of myself, but you can film a longer video for YouTube and then take snippets of that video to post on different platforms. The topics that are involved in that, you can interview past clients with testimonials, what their experience was like, ask some questions about what they would do differently, if anything, what advice they have for buyers or sellers in their same situation. Give an insight look on your day-to-day, monthly how's the market videos would be great, interview your favorite loan officer, builder, title rep, get all of those partners that you work with every transaction, get them together one-on-one and talk about what they do for your clients and why you use them. And that is huge. So many people don't know what a title company does or what title insurance is, or why do they need to choose a lender who's local to the market versus someone who's national. What are the important aspects of that? Those are things that people don't think about, but we know. And so educating our clients that way is so important. And then reviews on upcoming events, restaurants, schools, and in the areas that you sell in. So being a part of the community and posting about those different events really ties you to your community and shows that you know the area that you're selling in. Different post topics, realtor reviews. Take a snapshot of your review and tell a short story when you post. A lot of agents are already doing this. When they get a review, they'll take a snapshot and post it, but I would recommend telling a story in the caption as well. Don't just post the snapshot, but talk about your clients and the experience that you had with them. If there was an issue that you had to overcome, or there was a certain circumstance that other people can learn from, make sure to call that out in your post. Just sold and listed, same thing. So when you post that you just sold a house or you just listed a house, don't just say just sold or just listed, but be a little bit more elaborate. Tell the story of how you got that listing or why you're excited to list that house, and be personal. Make sure it's genuine when you post about it. Closing day, post a photo with your clients and make sure to elaborate on the process as well. Polls and questions are a great way to engage your clients. So on both Facebook and Instagram, you can create polls that people have to respond to. Well, they don't have to, but they can respond to and answer the question. And then you can respond to them after they've answered. So if you're asking, do you prefer a craftsman style home or more traditional home? Do you prefer brick or stucco? Or do you prefer hardy plank siding or brick exterior? Do you prefer to live in the country or the suburb? There's so many different polls that you could do to get people to engage and answer the questions. It's fun for them. And then you can kind of talk to them later, like it goes to your direct messenger, and so when they respond, you can talk to them about what they're doing or ask them how things are going and thank them for responding to your poll, and it really just creates some engagement there. Do a poll asking if they're currently living in their dream home. That's a huge one. Get a really nice picture of a home in your market, post it on your story, and do a poll. Are you currently living in your dream home? Yes or no? And guess what? If they're not living in the dream home, you can help them with that. So you can message them and let them know. Things to keep in mind when you're posting is to make sure that your posts add value and encourages engagement. So even if you're talking about something that's not necessarily a question, you can always end the post by saying comment below with your thoughts or comment below with your favorite part of this post. Just get them to engage with you. And also keep in mind that when you're posting, think of what you're posting as a deposit or a withdrawal. A deposit is something that you're adding value. A withdrawal is when you're promoting yourself or your business. So a just closed or just sold is really a promotion for ourselves more than it is adding value for our audience. So think of it as you want to deposit more than you're withdrawing from your bank account. And so it's just a good way, something to keep in mind, that you're constantly making deposits, and every once in a while you're going to take a withdrawal and promote yourself. Here are a few examples from agents from around different markets. Dana Gentry does a great job with being creative with her posts. I believe she created this post from an app called Layout. Here's a great one from Omar in our office here, and just giving a design tip and asking for thoughts. It's a great way to create engagement there. Mark Branch, another poll, so creating engagement through a this or that post. Which would you prefer, a theater or a pool? And then our own Shannon Gilbert did a video before happy hour that we did, and it got great engagement. I think she said she got almost 1,000 views on it and didn't even promote it, but people kept sharing it, and over time she got more and more views. People just cheering her on and excited for the happy hour that she was a part of. Inspection day, it's always good to see the clients that you're with, be happy for them and celebrate with them, and then others want to be a part of that too. Here's a post that Chris did, video. He's done so great with like videos and adding value, and every time he does one, there's so much value in each video, and so and he's been promoting it on his business page as well. But yeah, so he did a video on a listing presentation, and I had mentioned on one of my posts that I ask clients what did they love about their home when they bought it, because then that's what I promote when I go to sell it. And so he did a video on that, and we did that video together, which was awesome. Got a lot of engagement out of that, and just another idea of videos. Resources for ideas. If you can't think of what to post about, Realtor.com is a great one. Zillow, Keeping Current Matters, Inman.com, Tom Ferry is great, and Gary Vaynerchuk are all great sources of information. If you go on there, read about different articles or market stats and things that are interesting to you, and then reword them and put them in your own words before you post it. Don't just share articles over and over, because people will start to tune that out, but they want to hear about like your thoughts on the article or whatever fact that you're mentioning. And that is it for today. I hope you're doing great, and I look forward to chatting with you further. If you have any questions, we're here to help. Have a good one.